I'm Katie Dickinson, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our Mountain West Climate Health Engagement Hub. So the Mountain West Hub is funded by the National Institutes of Health as part of their Alliance for Community Engagement in Climate and Health. We're one of 4 groups that's working with communities across the country to build climate resilience and find solutions that promote climate justice at the community level.
Hi everyone, my name is Kathy James and I am a co-lead on this wonderful project, and I am the project lead for the San Luis Valley, a wonderful community that is one of the oldest in the state of Colorado. It's also the richest and has an incredible heritage and history that I'm very happy to have all of the community members share with you.
Back when my colleague Kathy and I learned about this funding opportunity, we were having conversations about what this would look like and which communities we wanted to focus on. And we thought it was a really great opportunity to build on some of the partnerships that each of us had built, and specifically to look at the perspectives and stories of communities in urban areas and in rural areas in Colorado and across the Mountain West. So for me, that story actually starts right here in Sun Valley. So back in 2019, I started connecting with communities here in Sun Valley. Sun Valley is one of the oldest public housing communities. It was built in the 1950s. And at the time that we started working with Sun Valley, they had gotten a big federal grant to do a massive redevelopment. So taking the townhomes that existed here and converting them into these large multifamily mixed income housing developments. And so we were interested in working with them to understand how this redevelopment was affecting the health and well-being of community residents. There was a lot of connection between this redevelopment process and climate resilience, because the types of housing that people live in can protect them from things like heat and air pollution. So when this opportunity came to work with the climate, to build this Mountain West Hub, we thought that it would be fantastic to bring Sun Valley into that conversation and have that be one of our focal communities. Around the same time, we also learned from having conversations with people in this area about the West Area Plan. So the West Area Plan was a neighborhood planning initiative that the city of Denver had launched with 6 neighborhoods across West Denver, Sun Valley being one of them, in addition to Valverde, Villa Park, Barnum West, and West Colfax. And so through this process, these 6 neighborhoods came together. They talked about what their vision was for building, moving forward and having development in their areas. And one of the really unique things about this process is that with all the community conversations and the community voice, they were able to really elevate quality of life for residents as the forefront of this plan. In addition, as part of that quality of life, there was a lot of discussion about climate resilience. And so for us, coming in and saying, okay, let's work in West Denver and think about what climate resilience might look like for urban communities in Denver, being able to build off of both the plan itself and that vision for climate resilience and the social capital that came out of that planning process was really appealing to us. And so that's how we landed on working with West Denver as our key urban partner for the Mountain West Hub.
The San Luis Valley was the very first community, with San Luis being the first incorporated town. And most of the community members are based on agriculture. And most of our community members and partners who have been a part of this project are 8th, 9th, and 10th generation farmers here. And I'm so excited for you to hear their stories. I have had the pleasure of working with the San Luis Valley since 2006. Most of my work started in exploring how environmental exposures impact human health. And the San Luis Valley is in this beautiful geologic area. If you haven't been there, the Great Sand Dunes National Park is there. Some of the top-rated hikes, whether it's out in Creede, Colorado, or all the way on the east side near the sand dunes at Zapata Falls. If you're an outdoorsman, beautiful place to go. And with that geological beauty also comes naturally occurring exposures to metals, and that's where my work started. We were exploring how metals in their drinking water and in their dust impact their health. Since then, we've partnered on many community engaged projects that have explored air pollution, drinking water. We've also explored how these exposures to metals and air pollution affect populations most susceptible to these exposures, including pregnant people, outdoor workers, children, and the aging population. And it's through these studies and this long history of trusted and bidirectional sharing of knowledge that we were able to then come in with this incredible opportunity for a community-engaged project related to climate health.
So the main objective of the Mountain West Hub is to work with communities to build resilience to different climate stressors. So we talk about climate stressors or climate-related factors in our project to bring climate change, which can be really big and nebulous and feel like it doesn't really connect to any of us, down to that local level, and to talk about things that people see and feel on a daily basis. So climate stressors that we talk about in the Mountain West region specifically include things like heat, wildfire, droughts, and air quality. And all of those are things that people do see and experience here in the Mountain West.
So with this hub, as we've called it, we have been able to bridge two important communities together that have very similar characteristics in their population demographics, but also the fact that they are on the front lines of experiencing climate stressors. These include an increase in air pollution like dust, exposure to wildfires, exposure to drought in the sense of declining water resources and declining water quality, and then also heat and the impacts that that has on health.
And so we're thinking about building resilience in the face of those stressors. By resilience, we mean the ability to anticipate, adapt to, and cope with the impacts of those stressors over time. And we also seek to promote health equity. And when we say health equity, we really just mean the opportunity for people living in any community, anywhere, to be healthy and to thrive. We know that promoting climate resilience and health equity requires working with the communities that are on the front lines, that are seeing these stressors firsthand, and that are experiencing their impacts, maybe in a disproportionate way, because maybe the housing that they have isn't as protective as it could be. Maybe there's a lot of asphalt and impervious surfaces that make their communities very hot. And so working with communities here in West Denver, these formerly redlined neighborhoods, and hearing their stories is a big part of what we think is necessary in order to build that climate resilience.
Through this partnership, especially in the San Luis Valley where most of my work has focused, we have been able to develop adaptations and mitigation strategies in partnership with the community. Most importantly, we have learned so much from them on how they are what I call climate innovators. By being climate innovators, and because they are on the front lines of climate stressors, they have been put into the position of having to be innovative with the most limited resources. And the ideas and the strategies and how they've come together and unified as a community is really a testament and a model for the rest of the communities in Colorado and also the Mountain West. And it's through this learning and through this sharing, like in these types of videos, that we hope to convey that message on the innovations that these communities have done.
So specifically, what we've done in the Mountain West Hub is to build community advisory boards that are comprised of residents of these neighborhoods, again here in the West Denver area as well as in the San Luis Valley. We've had one-on-one interviews with people so that they can tell their stories and explain to us what the experiences with these climate stressors looks like, and importantly, what is already happening. We don't need to come in as outsiders and tell these communities what needs to happen. We need to come in and listen and hear what communities are already doing and find ways of supporting that. And so we've done that through things like helping to write some funding proposals for our communities that can help to bring some resources to the ideas and ingenuity that these communities possess.
So the long-term benefits of this type of project is that through these lasting bridges between academia and communities, this can be translated and shared with other communities across the Mountain West. Not only that, but this built partnership can then enrich and enhance already ongoing community activities to lead to further proposals for community-driven action to support the further adaptation and long-term mitigation of the impacts of climate stressors. This can be in the form of solid and hazardous waste management, the development and enhancement of outdoor living, and also then providing people with low-cost options for protecting their health and mitigating those impacts, whether it's do-it-yourself air filters or low-cost point-of-use water filters.
And the other thing that we've really heard from our communities is that it's very important that this storytelling process is very important to them, that they want ways to communicate with their own community members about these climate stressors in a way that's different from just seeing the facts and the data. So this storytelling is really important, and that's what this video series is really all about.
And so I hope that you really enjoy their stories and also enjoy learning from them and how we as a state and as the Mountain West will be able to move forward.